Hello friends and other good people. So today I went out and got my first masticating juicer. I have a centrifugal one I've had for many years and I've got plenty of videos showing how to juice different things with that. But this is my first masticating one. It's still in the box, I haven't opened it yet, so you're not going to get some video of some guy showing you a review of a product that they've already maybe figured out and stumbled across and they've got it fine-tuned, and you're going to see all the stumbles and fumbles as the title suggests. So, as I open this thing, the reason I got a masticating one in addition to a centrifugal one is because the centrifugal juicer is great for juicing a lot of more solid fruits and vegetables, but when it comes to dark leafy greens, there's a lot of waste. And wheatgrass, forget about it, it doesn't do it. So a masticating juicer is going to solve that problem. And I've always known about that, and today I finally took action on it. This particular juicer is the Omega J8006HDC. Where do they come up with the names for these things? I really don't know. Hello everyone, and feel free to drop comments. Hopefully I can see them and we can be interactive. But right out of the box, unopened. See what else is in here. Get the camera down here. Be off my mug most of the time. Alright, so it looks like it comes in two different boxes. There's this box here. And this box here. And there's nothing else inside the main box at all. It's empty, as you can see. Kind of. There you go. So just throw that there. Be a good storage container for storing stuff, right? These are kind of fancy. This, by the way, was $236 on sale. It's normally $299. Got it at Bed Bath & Beyond. In one of their stores. I did not order it online. I don't typically order things online unless I absolutely have to. Wow. There's a lot of pieces here. All right. Exciting. Once I put this thing together, I'm actually going to make two different juices. One of them is just going to be straight up wheatgrass, and another one is going to be cabbage, celery, ginger root, lemon, and one organic Granny Smith green tart apple. So there you go. Alright, so first, I guess unwrap all of this stuff. I wonder if this thing has a booklet of directions for how to put this thing together. So this video is obviously going to be a little bit longer than most videos. Hello Dawn, nice to see you. And the reason this video is going to be longer than most videos is because you're watching me unpack this. And I'm going to figure it out on video with you. So for those of you thinking about getting a masticating juicer and you've never got one before, you can sort of get a real preview of what it's like to figure this thing out, to open it up, to use it, all that stuff, instead of watching a video where somebody already figured it out beforehand and then made a video after the fact to give it a false sense of fluidness, right? So this looks like a sifter that will get rid of some of the pulp, I'm guessing. Two containers, I'm guessing one is for the pulp, the other is for the juice. We'll see if I'm right. This looks like a panter stick, which will push the vegetables down into the auger of the masticating juicer. I don't know what this is, but I guess I'll figure it out. A lot of guesswork here. This looks like a dial for adjusting some kind of a setting. Hello, Jennifer. This piece looks like it would be the top of a reservoir where you put stuff through, and this piece fits in there perfectly. So this is probably the panter that pushes the vegetables through. And this is it looks like a little bristle brush, and that's gotta be for cleaning the unit after you're all done with it. And it looks like there's a little tool piece here too, a standard screwdriver with a little, looks like a little toothbrush, except I wouldn't brush my teeth with it. I think it might scrape the enamel off. Hi, Bonnie. Okay, so that's one of the boxes. Here's the instruction booklet. Oh, man. Well, I need it. Well, I guess I'm going to be a typical guy here, and I'm going to try it without the directions at first, and we'll see what happens. Hey, Lorelei. So here's the second box. That was just one of two boxes you witnessed me opening. So I see a bunch of people logged on and are watching me, but no comments yet. So, comments. Comment something, a word of encouragement, some ideas, a joke, something. At this point, I'm kind of wondering if the comment feature is even working. And here's the main unit part. Okay, so it looks like one box was just the attachments. The other box was actually the unit, like the main engine, the motor, so to speak. So that's pretty cool. Over there. Just throwing all this stuff on the side on the floor. I'll clean that out later. Undo the little twist tie. I will probably move over to some counter space. Thank goodness I got this awesome handy dandy tripod for this now, right? Alright, let's see here. So my cutting board is here. Okay, here's the unit. Okay, so this is where you watch me put it together and see what this is like. Can I figure it out without the directions? I have no idea. Okay, so it looks like this piece is going to go here. Open, close. Okay, so this is going to go this way. It looks like this locks into place, so that's open, close. Okay, so far this is pretty freaking simple. Not bad at all. So, and that'll also make it easy to clean when I'm done with too, right? Which I will also live feed for you so you can see the cleanup process. One thing I don't like about the centrifugal juicer is it takes a while to clean. Even as fluent as I am at it, it still takes a while. So maybe this is a lot faster. I'm kind of hoping it is. That'd be nice. Okay, then this piece here, I'm not really sure where this goes. Doesn't look like it would fit there or there. Let's see, close, open. Okay, I see. Interesting. At some point, I may have to get out the directions. It's possible. It's very possible. Okay, so that goes on like so. I see. I'm doing pretty good without looking at directions so far, you know? At least I think I am. Okay, so this is... looks like it adjusts something. Alright. Okay, so maybe this piece goes there, like so. Okay, this is where I need a direction. I could probably figure this out on my own, but I don't want to take forever and a day on this thing with everyone here. Well, this booklet is actually pretty cool. It gives you a bunch of different recipes. Okay, here's a diagram. This is where I'm going to sound very stupid. Okay, so for juicing, there's a diagram of what it looks like. And then also for homogenizing, I feel like I should definitely know what that is. And maybe some of you will correct me in the feed here. If not, I will just go look on my own for homogenizing. What is that? It sounds cute. So there's two different ways you put it together depending on if you're going to juice or homogenize. I'm so smart. Okay, so I'm going to do the one for juicing. All right, so we got this here. We got this piece here. And this. Okay, so that's going to go on like so. It's going to face this way. Got it. Hello, LaDonna. Okay, the next part. Okay, this must be the auger right here. No, the auger is inside. Okay. And the auger is the part that's actually going to be physically pressing the juice out of whatever vegetables I'm going to be running through this thing. So the auger is a very important part. And for the life of me, I cannot figure out what these pieces are here that I just took out. Maybe these Maybe these directions will tell me here. Whoops, I have the page open. All right, let's see here. Okay, so that's actually on there backwards. This is going to face this way. Not sure that matters, but put it together the way the directions say, right? M and N. Let's see. Oh, okay. Oh, that's what these things are. Okay, so apparently you can do different pastas and breadsticks. So that bag of stuff I opened, like, these are little pasta and breadstick nozzles that if you want to do pastas and breadsticks, I guess you can do that. I'm going to put that to the side for now. That'll have to be on another day. I want to focus on the two juices that I want to make. I had no idea I bought more than a juicer, so there you go. Let's see here. Okay, S. Pusher. They call it a pusher. It's like a panter. And these two containers, one is for the juice, one is for the pulp. I was correct on that. Pretty cool. All right, let's see here. Know your omega. All right, let's see. This piece here. All right, the two diagrams, one for juicing. So far, I'm just doing this based on the diagram. Anita. Hello, Anita. I'm waving at you. This piece here. The auger. Okay, this has to come off. And this piece goes on. I never would have guessed this was the next piece. I guess it is. To the bottom. Ah, okay, I see. Ah, okay, now I get it. This piece is for juicing, fits on the auger. This other piece here is for the homogenizing, whatever that is. I still have to look that up. I feel so dumb that I don't know. And since I am doing the juicing aspect of it, I will keep this in place. Right where it's at. Okay, that's done. Cool. Moving right along. The next piece. Okay, got the auger. Got this piece here. Now we got this little nozzle piece. Okay, I get it. It's gonna go out. So I had it put together right the first time. And if I'm looking at this correctly, I think I've got it figured out. So without directions, just basically looking at the diagram here, the one for juicing, it seemed pretty simple to put together. And this piece here, I'm assuming that's got to be for the homogenizing. It doesn't really say here unless I look at the directions. But hey, let's try this out, man. Trial and error. Now this piece here, I'm still not sure what this is for. I don't even see it in the diagram anywhere. Not at all. A sieve, okay. In one of the diagrams it shows this as a sieve. Am I actually going to use it? Oh, I bet it fits in one. Ah, well there we go. Gotcha. Okay, so I am going to move this to some counter space with a plug-in. Hello, Paula. Nice to see you here. Y'all are going to check out my counter right now. How about that? I hope I have it presentable. Hopefully this works out for you guys and see it. see some of my other gadgets here, right? Face it this way. Yeah, that's on there pretty good. I think this is going to work out pretty well. I never know when I do a live feed if you guys are going to be engaging with me or not. So far, this is one of those not instances. In fact, as I scroll up, a bunch of people here, but nobody has said anything. So let's make it a race for somebody to make a comment, like say hello or something. All right. Turn the power button on. I haven't even located the power button yet. There it is. Looks like it's got a forward and backward thing going on. So that's pretty cool. All right, good. All right, so I'm gonna take a container here. All right, since the sieve fits in this container, I'm assuming this is the one where the juice is gonna go. So I'm gonna put the juice down over here, like so. Or, no, that's not true. Based on the way that this is cut and shaped. Huh, that's really weird. Ah, that's how the sieve fits on this one. Okay, this actually fits in here pretty well, like the whole puzzle. And so this is where the pulp is going to come out, and it's going to go in this container here. Okay, got that figured out. All right, LaDonna Rose Farrow, you are the winner. You're the first person to make a comment. So let's upgrade and be more engaging. So I'd love to get some feedback. Did I wash the containers? No, I didn't. In fact, I have not washed anything. Carolyn, my mom used to say to me, Tom, you're going to wash those vegetables? And I never would unless my mom would say something like, okay, Mom, why not? So thank you for that. In the spirit of my mother, I miss her so much. She's passed away just this last August. She had COVID-19 and did not survive. I miss her so much. So that, Carol, that definitely reminded me of my mom. So those containers are now washed. I guess I should rinse out this sieve now too, right? Okay, easy peasy. That's rinsed out too. I really, really appreciate that, Carol. Thank you. All right, got it. All done. Don't be sorry. That was awesome. I loved it. Keep talking. Be more engaging. I love it. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to make is wheatgrass. Because I've always wanted to juice my own wheatgrass, but you can't do that with a centrifugal juicer. But now I've also got a masticating juicer. I love that. Okay, let's see here. You can see pretty good, right? So I'm going to turn this thing on. This is my first ever, man. Let's get to it. I'm going to cut some wheatgrass. Let's see here. Position this so I got some counter room. All right, let's go. A little snip here. And I have no idea how much of this I'm going to go through, how long it's going to take, because it's my first ever, right? And grab my little push stick or my panter stick. All right, let's go. Turning it on now. I'm so excited. Oh, it went down there pretty easy. I don't see any juice yet, so I guess I'll keep going. This is a product without reading the directions, so we'll see how I do. Alright, I see some pulp coming out, so that's good. It's now starting to make some juice. Awesome! So I guess I'm doing it right. Cool. Once this is all done, and after I close this live feed, I'm actually going to read through the directions to see if there's anything important that I might have missed. so far, this is working out pretty well. It seems to be. And you can see the first bit of pulp starting to come out right there. There we go, that's better. The only prep work I did for this is I watched a few different reviews online of masticating juicers. And I didn't see anybody do one like this out of the box, having never done one before. Everyone else was already rehearsed with it, and this is 100% not rehearsed at all, right? So that's pretty cool. Oh, I got some comments while that continues to juice. Let's see here. Follow the wheatgrass with cucumber or lemon. You need liquid veggies to move stuff through. See, that's the kind of stuff I don't know yet. Trial and error. Thank you for that, Elaine. That's the kind of engagement I want. Celery also pushes smaller things through. Cool. Well, when I go to the juice bars and I just get wheatgrass, I don't get it with anything, just straight up wheatgrass. Like a lot of people will have something, you know, to push it through, but they do get a lot of juice out for me with just wheatgrass and nothing else. So we'll see what happens here. So I went through a whole container here, and well, let's see how much I got. Push this last bit through. So I do want to make just shots of pure wheatgrass with nothing else in it. Okay, turn this off. Let's see what I did here now. Hopefully it's a... I just want it to be a single shot worth. That would be so cool. I need to get shot glasses. This is all I've got. Something from St. Thomas, and you know what? That is not as much as I thought it was going to be. It's just this. There's probably like a half an ounce in here. Maybe 3/4 of an ounce. So yeah, I'm going to need a whole lot of grass then, Elaine. I see that. But I'll do some reading up and stuff, and here we go. I need to get some real shot glasses now and do shots at my house, right? Different kind of shots. Don't burn the motor. I won't. See, I love straight up wheatgrass. This is so good and so incredibly crazy medicinal. This motor, it was either a 10 or a 15-year warranty. So minimum 10-year warranty. That's pretty awesome. Reminds me of a Vitamix. And it's also a slow grinding motor. So when I was looking at all the different reviews online, it seemed like the key thing was don't put too much in it at once. But that was more for manual. Whoops, that was more for manual masticating juicers. This obviously is not. And at the price tag on this one, man, this being the creme de la creme of motorized masticating juicers, and a 10-year or 15-year warranty, I'd imagine that motor's got to be pretty good. All right, so now I'm going to make my next thing, and this will have stuff to push it through. You'll see what I mean. Hello, Jamie. I appreciate everybody's comments. Very much so. Elaine, do you have a masticating juicer? Do you speak from experience? All right, so now, adjust this somewhat. There we go. All right, so for this next one, I'm going to do a full half head of cabbage. So cabbage is number 3 on the most potent foods the earth grows in fighting cancer. There's a bunch of other health benefits from it too. Gut health, I mean, you name it. Cabbage is extremely medicinal. And it's also, if you're on a budget, cabbage is really inexpensive. This is an organic head of cabbage, that's why it's a little bit smaller. Everything here is organic, actually. So to fit everything through the masticating juicer, everything has to be cut down a little bit, so I'll just do that now. I've noticed the centrifugal juicers have a bigger opening to put stuff through. All of these masticating juicers have slower or smaller heads. The only drawback is prepping the ingredients into small pieces. Yeah, and to me that's not a huge drawback, but you're right, it takes a little bit more prep work. I'm hoping the cleanup more than makes up for that, because it also looks like the cleanup is next to nothing, which I think is super cool. So I will be putting the whole core through, including this of the apple, just like I do my centrifugal juicer. A lot of people don't know this, but apple seeds, as long as it's organic, apple seeds, they have a trace amount of arsenic poison, and if you eat a lot of them, it could be really bad for you. But if you keep it whole, like nature intends, the amount of arsenic in apple seeds and totality of the whole apple, it's actually highly anti-cancerous in that particular quantity and the ratio to the whole apple. So for that reason, I throw the whole thing through. And here's my piece of ginger root. I love ginger. Oh, ginger all day long. I cook with it, and I make sure I get plenty of it raw. Here's a health tip. Of your fruits and veggies, at least 51% of it should be raw for maximum health benefits. Hi, Teresa. Nice to see you. Alternating your ingredients is key. Indeed, the same is true with the centrifugal juicer. I kind of figured the same would be true for this one as well with the masticating juicer. This lemon is also organic. Everything here is organic. By the way, remember this mnemonic device, 9 is fine. Look at the PLU number of the produce that you buy. If it starts with a 9, that means it's organic, so therefore 9 is fine. If it doesn't start with a 9, like a 4 is a common one, it's not organic. So do your best to stay away from it without stressing. I'm also going to do 1 or 2 stalks of celery. This would be great to push stuff through with, right? Now these might actually be narrow enough to fit down the opening, so I just keep these like this. I also keep I keep the dark leafy greens on there because these are loaded with nutrients. There's more nutrient density in these dark leafy greens than actually in the stalks, so I'm going to push the whole thing through. So I always buy the stalks with those greens still on it. Let's see here. Fibrous, juicy, fibrous, juicy. Gotcha. Good advice, Elaine. I love this. Thank you for your comments. And for everyone else to read it too, who might be thinking about upgrading their kitchen to something that's really, really healthy and medicinal, good for you. Something pharmaceutical companies don't want us to do, so we have to do it, right? When it comes to nutrition, do the opposite of what the drug company industry wants us to do. Because they want customers, and we don't want to be a customer if we don't have to, right? All right, let's see here. It's going to be tricky here. I didn't really set up a counter space for this, but I think I got it figured out, so that's good. All right, so for this concoction, my second juice, let's see, I'm so lucky that Cal Organics has grown up here, and Tehachapi, man, I butchered that. Where's Tehachapi at, Elaine? Is it Canada, maybe? I don't really know. Sounds pretty cool. All right, let's see here. Everything's visible. All right, going to turn this on. So my second juice is really just a half of head of organic cabbage, number 3 most potent food in the world for fighting cancer. 1 whole lemon, keeping the zest on, organic. Probably about 2 knuckles worth of ginger root, 2 or 3 knuckles worth of ginger root. 1 organic Granny Smith apple. Granny Smith is the most medicinal apple that Mother Nature grows, so I always do Granny Smith organic tart. And 2 stalks of celery, and that's all I'm doing for this one. So this should be pretty good. Okay, so following the Hatch Happy. Cool. I don't know what that is, but following Elaine's really good advice, I'm going to go fruit fibrous, something to push everything through. So I guess I will start with, I'm going to start with some of this cabbage here. Maybe follow up with a little bit of celery. So let's go. This is fun. This is so fun. I love this. Oh yeah. Actually, just about everything I've got on here now that I'm going to be pushing through, it kind of hold its own ground, I think. California. Gotcha. So it's in California. Awesome. Good to know. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to have a hard time pushing stuff through like with the wheatgrass. I mean, all of this sort of holds its own on pushing itself through, right? But I'm still going to alternate, just because. This is great. Good piece of lemon with all of its zest in there. Yes. A big old piece of celery. There's something about celery most people don't know. Let's see, the pronunciation, Tehachapi. Autocorrect. Okay, cool, Tehachapi. Thank you, Link. So here's something about celery most people don't know. Celery looks like a bone, it snaps like a bone. It's got about 1/3 sodium content. Our bones have about 1/3 sodium content. Celery is a superfood for the bones. Bone density goes a long way towards helping reduce bone degenerative diseases. So long as the rest of your diet is plant-based and you ditch dairy and you're in a high alkaline diet, yeah, absolutely. Celery is wonderful for bone health. Here goes the core of the apple with the seeds, right? Another piece of apple. Another big old honking piece of cabbage. We love running purple cabbage. Elaine, I was actually going to get purple cabbage, but the grocery store I went to was out of them, so I just got this beautiful head of green organic cabbage. Just a little side observation, the centrifugal juicer is much quieter than, I'm sorry, this masticating juicer is much quieter than a centrifugal juicer. The motor is very quiet. It's a lot slower moving, but it's more powerful, so it gets more juice out. And this pulp, here's a good test. This pulp is actually pretty dry, which is a good sign that it's working pretty efficiently. It's pretty dry. Hi Cheryl, nice to see you. Hey Amanda, very nice to see you too. Make sure I'm not missing any comments. Elaine, I love your engagement. Thank you, thank you. Cheryl, hey, thanks for saying hello. One of the few who said something. Hello, Rachel. But you get the wonderful yes we do, the wonderful cold pressed juice, non-heated. That's another benefit to the masticating juicer. Centrifugal, because it's so fast, there's a little bit of friction, so little of the nutrients is damaged. Not much, it's still very advantageous, but this one keeps it pretty much 100% raw, so it's more medicinal. And who doesn't want that, right? When I push this celery stalk through, it sounds like it's chewing on it, right? And that's where they get the name, or the category masticating juicer. It's more of a chewing motion, right? I'm just guessing that's where they get it from. More cabbage, push it through with a lemon piece. I think I'm going to do the ginger last, so I got the aroma of the ginger filling the room, so I love that. Let's see, Beck says, yes, Omega, I love mine and learned pretty early on to put the pulp through a few times, and there's very little waste that way. It looks beautiful. Really, Bex? Okay, you know, why not? I'll try that. I'll collect this pulp and I'll put it through again. Good thinking. That's awesome you got one of these too. And this is, honest to God, my first time ever using it. This is my first time ever on a masticating juicer, period. I've never used one before, ever. Okay, the last bit of the cabbage I'm going to push through right now. followed by the last bit of apple. Perfect. Now all that's left is ginger root. I love ginger root. Ginger is a staple in my house. You know, just a little bit of ginger juice from fresh ginger root is the most potent thing you can do to treat nausea. On contact, when the juice of ginger hits your gut, it makes you feel better from nausea. And it's got a ton of other health benefits too. So it's a staple in my diet, and I always make sure I get some raw, not just cooked. Because I love cooking with ginger as well. Well, there's a piece of ginger stuck down there, and I want to push it through, so I guess I'm going to break off a small piece of celery over here. Because I don't want to waste, and again, I keep these beautiful dark leafy greens on there. Actually, put the greens down first, make sure the greens get pushed through. And that's that. I'm getting ready to buy a new juicer. I haven't decided which one yet. Well, Cheryl, I have my centrifugal juicer is a Jack LaLanne power grinder. I love it. And then this is my first masticating juicer, and it's an Omega. All right, so that's one time through. You know what? This is actually going to be a pretty fun experiment. So what I'm going to do here, in honor of my dad, says John's Private Bar. My dad wasn't a big drinker. In fact, he almost never drank, which is a good thing. But he had these glasses that said John's Private Bar. So I'm going to pour this in here, see how much we got. Nice. I think I'm going to have to get out this other glass here. So we got one of these. And then I'm going to... Actually, I'm just going to drink this one, what was left over. And then I'm going to run the pulp through. And we're going to do a real test and see how much was left behind from the first run through. Oh, damn, that's good. Oh, man, right into the bloodstream. I'm going to talk more about that when I'm running the pulp through another time. Hello, Melissa. Nice to see you. Okay. So put this back here. I actually feel almost smart that I figured this out without reading the directions, but just looked at the diagram for a little bit. All right, close that. Okay, so here's the pulp. It feels pretty dry. There's a little bit of moisture in there, but not a lot. I think there's actually less moisture than what you would see or feel in a centrifugal juicer. So I do believe this will extract more juice and create less waste, which is fantastic. All right, turn this thing back on and let's find out. This glass is empty, so we're going to find out if there's any more. So the reason for juicing, the main reason, medicinal. It goes more directly into the bloodstream, so your body's one energy source can be used more for healing rather than healing and digesting food. So that's one reason for juicing. Now, me personally, I don't juice fruits, and some vegetables I don't juice because of the sugar content, like carrots and beets. Those are the worst vegetables to juice because of the really high concentration of sugar. So I don't juice those. Beets and carrots are extremely healthy if you just eat them as they are, whole and raw. So I try to get raw carrots and raw beets into my diet, whole, but I don't juice them. I juice mostly vegetables and herbs and spices, dark leafy greens, turmeric, ginger, chilies, kale, wheatgrass, lemon, all those kinds of things. That's where the medicinal power is. Good night, Carol. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Cheryl says, that's funny because I was thinking of getting Jack. There you go. Yeah, Jack LaLanne was the dude, man. So anything named after him is probably going to be pretty awesome, you know? Well, I hope I've shared some I try to make this educational as well, so hopefully I've shared some valuable things with you all during this, right? My little words of wisdom that I've learned over the years. And this would be a good time to tell you about TomBerkenmeyer.com. That's my website, just like it's spelled here on social media, TomBerkenmeyer.com. I've got my recipe blog there. What else do I have there? My YouTube plugin where I've got videos of 160 plus recipes so far. And I've got thousands of pieces of content, anything ranging from fitness to medicinal cooking or uncooking, juicers, a lot of philosophical type of blogs about money and personal growth and development and residual money and all those things. My motto over the past so many years has been, I like to help people live healthy, chemical-free, natural lives and make better money. So that's TomBerkenmeyer.com in a nutshell. So feel free to go there and visit and pull from it whatever you want to. All right, so all that's gone through. Let's see how much more juice I got, if any. I don't know. In my opinion, the less juice the better, because it means the first time through this thing did its job efficiently. But there is a little bit of juice. Not much. Whoops. So as you can see, this was empty. Tilt this. So that much, is that worth putting all the pulp through a second time? Well, if you got an extra couple of minutes, I guess so. And that's really delicious and so incredibly good for you. So I'm really happy with this. Yeah, I'm happy I got this. I'll probably do this once a day. And I've got mason jars with a good seal, because that's what mason jars do. So I can do, I can put several containers together at once. I was reading, because it's a masticating juicer, sediments don't separate like they would from a centrifugal. This has been sitting out for a few minutes now, and there is no separation at all. It's a consistent green color, the same shade of green. So that's really awesome. So I was reading you can keep this in a refrigerator for up to 3 days before any degradation of the nutrients happens, any oxidation occurs. So that's really good to know. But I'm gonna one-up that and make sure I put it in sealed in a mason jar. So who knows, maybe I can keep it more, but I'm not gonna keep anything like this for more than 3 days. In fact, almost all of it I'm gonna drink on site when I juice it, because that's always going to be the freshest no matter what anyway. God, that's amazing. Ladies, and guys too, you want really beautiful skin? I always talk about this because everybody wants to have attractive, beautiful skin and to feel good and have great energy. But in my opinion, the coolest thing about having really great, healthy skin is nourished from the inside. Is imagine how healthy your blood and your internal organs are going to be operating if you've got really great healthy skin. That's sort of a byproduct of how great you're doing internally with your blood and all of your organs, your endocrine system, all of it, your neurological health. It all relates, everything relates to everything. So if you eat a good plant-based, whole food, healthy diet, and you just juice some vegetables, and at least 51% of your vegetable intake is raw, not cooked, you're gonna do your body and the way that you feel and the way that you sleep and the way that you work and recover from whatever, you're gonna do yourself huge favors. And then everybody around you benefits from that too. So it's not just good for you, but it's good for everybody around you. It's a good thing, Thank you, Cheryl. Bless you as well. Good night. I'm glad you appreciated this. You can also use the pulp for soups and baking depending on your mix. My chickens and turkeys get a great treat also. That's awesome, Elaine. Good for your turkeys and chickens. Yeah, years and years ago, I started doing these particular kind of videos probably 8 or 9 years ago. And so one of my friends, when she lived near me, we would do these videos on a regular basis. Her name was Andrea Noble. If you go back on my YouTube channel, specifically the playlist for plant-based cooking, you'll see a lot of videos with her. She's a really attractive redhead. Really great energy we had going back and forth in these videos. But one of the videos I remember, I think it was carrot pulp we took and we made some sort of a baked treat of some kind. I don't remember what it was, but it turned out pretty good. But at some point I'm going to do more research on that and learn some more things to do with this, because those will make some really good videos too. And I don't like to waste. So for now, I'm just going to throw this stuff in my garden in the soil and let it nourish the soil, and that's what it's going to serve right now. But I'm definitely not throwing all this pulp just in the trash. There's no way. Okay, so the last part of this video, this review of this product, is going to be the cleanup. So let's see what the cleanup is going to be like. So here's my sink. Thumbs up. Right on, Elaine. Appreciate that. My first cleanup ever of a centrifugal juicer. Masticating juicer. My only experiences with centrifugal, and centrifugal juicers take some time to clean up. Even after you get really super fluent at it, it's kind of nuts. So here we go. There's my sink. Let's see here. It gave me one tool. Without reading the directions, I think it's safe to say that this is to help clean the device, right? Okay. So I'll take the obvious part first. The little, I guess it's like a reservoir thing or a holding container for stuff you're gonna juice. A lot of parts like this, it only requires, running hot water over the top of it. It could be hot soapy water, but most of the time I don't even do that. It doesn't really need it. So the sieve, I'm assuming, is where this brush might be somewhat handy. But you know what? This hot water is actually cleaning it off pretty well. So that's that. So far, pretty easy. Easy peasy, you're going to love it. Yay! Happy to hear that. One of the containers. Easy peasy. So far, so good. Alright, the pulp I'm just going to dump on this cutting board, and then I will take that out back to my garden later after I'm done with the live feed. So far I haven't really used the little cleaning tool that comes with it. Haven't needed to. Okay, here's going to be, if there's a difficult part, it's going to be this one right here, but I have a feeling it's going to be pretty simple. So this just, let's see here, this comes off like so, pretty easy if I turn it the right direction. Okay, that part's clean. And I'm going to put this back together for y'all too, so you can see how that works out. Okay, this part, because I ran the pulp through it a second time, it's giving me some difficulties. Like I said, if there's a difficult part, this is going to be it right here. Hi, Christine. Love my garbage disposal. I might actually want to, let's see here, if I turn this thing back on, maybe it'll press more of this stuff through, I'm not sure. So let me just experiment with that. After I do this a couple times, I'm sure I will become much more fluent with the cleanup process. But I certainly called that correctly. If there's a difficult cleanup part, it would be this thing right here, but I think that's because I ran it through a second time, the pulp through. Alright. Oh, I know what to, this is another piece that comes, okay, that makes, duh. Well, look at that. If I take this off, I can get in there and clean it out. Remove the grinder. There it is, Elaine. Gotcha. Yep, right there with you, man. I read your comment right after I made that discovery. Yeah, I'm a brainwave. So, you've clearly done this before, and I have not. I love learning. This is some cool stuff, man, I gotta say. So I'm actually going to use the little toothbrush looking thing a little bit now because of all that pulp that I ran. I literally took all the pulp and ran it through to make sure I got every last bit of juice out, and I'm glad I did it. But I think for that reason, I'm actually kneading the brush part a little bit on this final piece here. Okay. Even still, pretty simple. And now I can get in here because I removed that grinder piece and I can clean out the auger. And you know what? I bet the auger comes out. Yep, it sure does, making it even easier. Wow. Where were you on that one, Elaine? You didn't say anything about taking the auger out. Oh, that does make it so much easier. Wow. Cool. Well, I love learning, and like I said in the title of this video, all the fumbles and stumbles right here with you instead of a review where the person in the video has already done all this stuff and figured it out. So now you get to watch me figure it out. And that's it. The whole thing is clean. So the next time I do this, the cleanup process will be significantly faster because I learned that I can take this whole thing apart. So well, let me put it back together, and I guess that will be the real final part of this video, is putting this back together. So let's see how long it takes me to figure that out. Okay, so this piece goes in here like so. The auger, here's the grinder, goes in just like that. Wow, man, that is well. The whole thing, the most complicated part I just put together that easy. You saw for the first time ever in my life, I might add. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's see here. This back over here. A little bit of cleanup to do, and a little bit on the counter. So this is going to go back on like so. Whoops. This part might take a little bit of practice. I don't know. Let's see here. Close, open. Okay, there we go. Make sure it's open. Okay, open, yes. Something has to line up here. There we go. Okay, once I got that one piece lined up, next time I do this, I'll know to line that piece up right away. So that's cool. Goes in there pretty easy. And then we've got let's see here. And then we've got the two containers, which doesn't even need to be set up unless I'm actually going to juice, but just for the sake of demonstrating. And we got this sieve piece here that goes here. And like so. Whoops, rinse off the little Panther push piece. Forgot about that. Well, that was easy. And that's it. I don't think I'm missing anything. So this is a lot easier than the centrifugal juicer, that's for sure, and faster too. And now that I know what I'm doing, next time I go through this, it'll probably take me a minute and a half to do this. Leave the parts out to air dry overnight. Yep, that was my plan, Elaine. So thank you for, I guess, solidifying my belief was correct on that, for sure. That's it. It's all put back together. I can use it again. Look at that. The power button still works. Oh my God, that's so cool. Well, there's my review. And I have to, I don't know, pat myself in the back, be pretty happy. This is still all one color. So that's a really good sign that this is significantly fresher than it would be on a centrifugal juicer. But again, centrifugals are also incredibly valuable. But this seems to be a little bit more valuable, right? It's pretty cool. Have fun. You're going to love it. I will. I am. I do love it. I'm going to do this every day. So thank you for that, Elaine. All right, everybody. I'm going to end this video now. Thank you to all who participated in it. If you're watching this archived after the fact, feel free to drop your comments. I'll get notified and I'll chime in too. It's really cool. And TomBerkenmeyer.com is my website. And I also have been drinking and selling a plant-based superfood shake for 11 years or over 11 years now, which I supplement my diet with as well. So if you'd like to see some info about that. See if you see something there you want to consume or try, just let me know. And yeah, I think I'll end on that note. Oh, I'll end on this note. You're going to pay the farmers or the hospitals? Pay the farmers. Better yet, pay the organic farmers so we get more organic options at the grocery stores. That'd be cool, right? So there you go. Bye for now, everyone. Mwah. Remember what this is doing to your skin and your blood and your organs.